Have you ever had a friend who was a lovely person but also somehow managed to make you feel a bit crap about yourself? This is what might have been going on there. My name's Hazel Gale. I'm a former therapist turned author and creator of the mental health game Betwixt. And this video is a part of a short series on the fixed mindset, that is, believing in a natural talent and consistent personalities, and the growth mindset, which is the opposite belief in constant evolution and change, and how these outlooks can affect the type of friendships that we have. Some fixed-minded people tend to act in ways that can make us feel small, and they seem to relish it too. They might be the ones who smirk when we slip up, the ones we wouldn't want to show an unfinished project to, or to see us in our tracksuit trousers and battered t-shirt first thing on a Sunday morning. They're the ones we wouldn't want to say anything stupid in front of, and if we did, we would feel the need to justify ourselves to save face. If we slip into a fixed mindset, suddenly everything and everyone around us begins to function like a mirror. We ask, how does this friend, topic, job, or choice of music make me look? And the thing is, this can be contagious. Like a spiteful, competitive group of school children, everyone around a fixed mindset can catch the bug and end up falling into an uncomfortable pattern of one-upmanship and drama triangle dynamics, which can quickly turn very ugly. So a fixed mindset friend can be uncomfortable to hang around with because they have the potential to handicap our growth as well. Anticipating judgment causes us to take a defensive stance. And because we're so busy protecting ourselves, we hold ourselves back. We don't take risks when we're under threat. We can't stretch ourselves when we're fearfully clinging to a sense of self-worth that seems to be suddenly under fire. On the flip side, there are really good times to be had with those who make us feel comfortable enough to explore. We can much more easily be present. A freedom to engage develops out of a liberation from the constant need to check or contain ourselves. If someone we're with is in a growth mindset, we can sense that they've let go of the concept of failure, and so we can therefore be infinitely more comfortable in making our own mistakes. Additionally, because growth-minded people don't have to look in those proverbial mirrors all day, they're better able to really see and connect with those around them in a much more authentic way. In the company of this kind of person, it's easier to feel understood and welcome. And when we feel accepted, we can start to let go of our own need to self-reference. Suddenly, the space between two people becomes the focus. And it's so much more easily filled with meaningful conversation or activity or whatever else it is that we can learn from the most at that time. What's more, with competition off the table, growth-minded people find it much easier to feel genuinely happy for our successes, and we can feel unconditionally proud of theirs too. In other words, these are the people whose good moods lift us up. Their bad moods may not be completely absent, but when they happen, they're less likely to drag us down with them. They're the ones who will like our stuff on social media without feeling like they're handing over some of their own power. Some of my oldest and greatest friends are exactly like this. But you don't need to know someone well to pick up on their mindset. In fact, I'd say that you can sometimes sense this positive quality in somebody the moment you meet them. But this isn't because they pander to you or because they are just constantly positive. Someone of this kind can definitely still critique your works in progress or laugh at the stupid thing you just said. It's just that when they do it, we don't feel like they're mentally removing chips from our worthiness stack. So how did we get to this place? For people living in the developed world, meaning those of us for whom basic survival is an enormous challenge, our deepest worries seem to stem from questions regarding our adequacy, our good enoughness, which raises the question, good enough for what? Or perhaps more importantly, for whom? Would I worry about saying something silly or looking stupid if I were the last person left on the planet? Of course not. At the root, our greatest fears concern our acceptableness and likability, our lovableness. And it's those fears that can freeze us into a fixed mentality. How? Because we cling fearfully to anything that we can see as proof of our worth, as if it can save our lives. So there's a sad irony to all of this. Although the most fixed-minded people can come across as arrogant and superior, it's usually a deep and sometimes unconscious insecurity about themselves that causes them to behave in that way. Those who compete or even bully other people are usually deep down doing so out of a desire to feel worthy of those same people's admiration, love, or attention. But of course, striving for connection in this way is far more likely to achieve the opposite. So if you have someone like this in your life, or if you feel that you might fall into this category and want to change, then compassion is where you need to start. Assuming there is no neurological impediment, anyone can learn to replace their fixed mindset with a growth mindset. But in order to do so, they will need to feel safe, seen, and valued for who they really are. We have one very short video left in this series, so I'll see you there soon. And in the meantime, as always, I really hope this helps. If so, please like and share the video so others can find it. And finally, if you'd like to take an epic journey through a magical world in the name of personal growth, then you can download Betwixt, the mental health game, which is available on the iOS App Store and Google Play.